Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, November 4th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is meow. I don't know if you heard that, but that's what Mahalo says. My energy mantra is the universe is expanding whatever it needs to get my attention right now. And ding! That's how it is right now. Speaking of that's how it is right now, this plant is wanting to come down and really join the Astro Squad. I was sitting here meditating earlier, and I opened up my eyes to like plant leaf in front of me. So this will stay for now until I get a better pot for this plant, which seems like it's outgrowing its pot and trying to get my attention. So attention gotten, but here we have plant today. So feel supported by plants. All right, so this energy. Please keep in mind what I said yesterday, Groundhog's Day. Repeating these patterns, repeating these cycles. This is up in the astro in so many places right now. And please be aware that anything that is coming up right now is really trying to get your attention because there's so much potential for transformation and shift and alchemy in these energies. It's not just like, oh, you again, this again. There's so much potential. And one of the big things that came through as I was looking at the astro today, one of the things really jogging my attention is the conjunction between the moon and Jupiter in Pisces. In fact, we're going to have the moon and Neptune conjunct at 3:33 a.m. Getting out of the leaf shade happening right there. 3:33 a.m. Pacific time. That 333 energy, definite expansion in order to complete these old cycles. And then the moon and Jupiter coming together at 3:05 p.m. Pacific time. The thing with Pisces is there can be so much psyche. There can be so much unconscious, subconscious energy. And that's why these repeating patterns are coming up, because they are trying to bring our attention to our unconscious, to the subconscious, to our psyche, to the things that we don't know. And so it's like following the path, following the breadcrumbs that these energies are bringing to us, and keeping in mind that the Scorpio is willing to go there, right? And Jupiter and Pisces is like, I promise you it's not just this lifetime. There's such depth in this energy at this time. And so the moon may bring up emotions. I had a point today where I was just looking at Joe sleeping. Not weird. He's not been feeling well again. And I was just sitting there and I looked at him and he morphed into another race, another time, and the whole story downloaded. I haven't had something like that happen for a really long time. But I noticed, oh, here is this repeating pattern. Now I hold space for how does this repeating pattern shift, right? So you may not get that, and that's okay. All these things come to us in different ways. But listen and watch. What are the patterns? What is coming up for you right now? The eclipses can make things feel really uncomfortable. We may want to avoid it. We may want to point fingers. And yet, Scorpio reminds us we've all got our shadows and we all have personal responsibility and the personal power to deal with these things, to shift these things. So if you find yourself lashing out, see where you can bring it back and be intimate with yourself, vulnerable with yourself in and through this energy. So the moon in Pisces, connecting to Neptune, maybe some interesting dreams, maybe some insight coming in your dreams. Been having really off-the-wall dreams too. First part of the morning, moon squaring Mars, maybe even a little confusion. I heard this for a client earlier, but I'm hearing this again. Should I stay or should I go now? Sometimes when we have that Mars energy, we want to be in this reaction. And I think rather than sitting in, should I stay or should I go now? It's what can I learn and what can I shift right now? So if you're getting caught up in that, ask yourself those questions. What can I learn? Where can I bring the shift right now? All right, so Moon connecting to Pluto in a sextile. You've got the power. Like, I hear it in my head. You've got the power to make these shifts, whatever this may be. You have the power to take back your authority. You have the power to take back your power. So this is really, really potent energy. And then finally, Moon and Jupiter. And like I said, that feels like it's expanding the subconscious. It's expanding our unconscious and these parts of our psyche so that we can see these energies, so that we can make these shifts. Once again, I have this card. Once again, I have the Beyond Illusion card. And so even though Pisces can be that illusion, the veil's thinning. It feels like it's our own veil's thinning, so we can see through our own personal BS. Are you really in here again? Wolf just stopped by to say hi. She's like, "Oh, look at that plant." You are so cute. Little kitty love. All right, and she's off. Goodbye. So I have cat fur all over my face. So pay attention to that. Now, the Moon is going to be shifting into Aries, and we're building into an inconjunct between the Sun and Chiron early on Saturday. So we had Venus in Chiron. Here comes that Sun and Chiron energy. Cat fur up my nose. Nothing subconscious there. Here comes Mahalo. So you've got all of the Astro Squad minus Luce. Luce and Joe off camera today, but all the rest of the Astro Squad is lending support. So there may be some intense energies. Sun and Chiron. Sometimes we don't like to face our stuff. And that's where we can kind of like ostrich ourselves. And Chiron and Aries, especially retrograde, may feel a little bit like that ostrich. But here's the thing. These shadows, these things, they're not necessarily you. They are things that have like attached themselves to you. They are maybe pieces of yourself that have become manipulated or what's the right word? Mutated. There's a better word that I can't grasp right now, but changed, messed with, shifted, whatever it is. And yet we're still like, oh, but that's me. And it's not me. And trying to find that balance. And what it is this mutated part of yourself or this misunderstood part of yourself that has morphed into something else. And there's work to do around this. And so it's not necessarily accepting this as yourself, but it's doing what the work is to heal this part of yourself, recognizing it as something connected to you. So with those energies coming in, recognize there will be healing, and at 12 degrees, this energy is going to feel even bigger. Not to mention the eclipse energies coming in that are going to aid this. So watch for all of this. And your participation is required. Body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. Be willing to look at all of these places to help the healing. This is our Virgo card. So, of course, we want to look to those energies to help support us in that. What else do you need? Unconditional understanding. Maybe it's not unconditional love, but understanding you are human and we all have these pieces. No illusion. Nobody out there is perfect. Everybody's got their stuff. Two last cards are very interesting. One is postponement, and I think the postponement is getting two things. One is the theme song from Jaws, da-na, da-na. And that feels like the eclipse energy incoming. But the other is this is also not an overnight process, and your love of yourself is also required through this. And a lot of times we can look for others to hold this vulnerable space. And hopefully there are some who can hold that vulnerable space for you, but at the very least, can you hold this for yourself at this time and not over Virgofy it? So, meaning hold understanding for yourself. So that is it for today. Good luck. I am going to give myself off from recording you know, for Friday night and Saturday night, or for Saturday and Sunday, maybe it's just Saturday, we'll see. But I will be coming back with the scope for the eclipse on Sunday evening is when that'll be. So watch for that. Check out my written scopes, because those can support you as well. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.